Hello friends, now we will see the pond ecosystem. Before seeing this, we have to know what is the pond. Pond is a lentic freshwater body having shallow standing water in it. There are two types of surface water bodies are there. First is lotic freshwater body and second is lentic freshwater body. Lotic freshwater body means the water body in which the water is present in flowing condition, and lentic water body means in that water body the water is present in the stagnant condition. The pond is lentic freshwater body in which the standing water is present or stagnant water is present. The freshwater ponds, including its aquatic organisms, physical conditions around the pond, it forms the system of interaction between organisms to organisms and organisms to the physical condition. In freshwater pond, there are many aquatic organisms are there. Then physical and climatic conditions are present in and around the pond, means abiotic component. And the interaction between that organisms, plant and animals, with the physical environment, means with abiotic components, and the interaction of organism to organism is also seen in the pond. The standing water present in the pond attracts most of the aquatic animals, and it is also having the rich aquatic vegetation. When anyone create a new pond in this field or anywhere, this freshwater pond attracts the animals, then plants grow there, okay, and it forms the ecosystem. In the pond water, the aquatic plants and animal shows interaction with each other for their nutritional requirements. We have already seen the structure of ecosystem, and now we are studying the pond ecosystem. Okay, and this pond serves as a complete and self-regulating ecosystem. Okay, now see what is pond. Pond is a stagnant water body in which the water is present in standing condition. Ecologically, on the basis of penetration of light, the pond water is vertically subdivided into three regions. Means the stratification of pond, that is littoral zone, limnatic zone, and profundal zone. This pond, this is the structure of pond. This pond water is divided into three layers. Okay, in simple language, it is divided into vertically, it is divided into three layers. First layer or first zone is called as littoral zone. The zone present at the surface of pond. Okay, within 1 feet, 1 feet from the surface of pond, this zone is called as littoral zone. Then from littoral zone to the area up to which the solar radiations effectively penetrate, or solar radiations penetrate. That area is called as limnatic zone. In this limnatic zone, the solar radiations can reach up to its lower surface. Now, the third is a profundal zone. The profundal zone is a deepest zone in the lake because in pond ecosystem this profundal zone is not present. But in case of lake ecosystem, in lake, deep lakes, the profundal zone is present. This profundal zone is called as a zone of darkness because sun rays cannot penetrate in this profundal, deepest profundal zone. Okay. Now, at the littoral zone, the sun rays are effectively penetrates, and most of the vegetation present at the littoral zone. लिटरल जोन में सनलाइट इफेक्टिवली पेनिट्रेट होता है, इसलिए लिटरल जोन में ज्यादा से ज्यादा ये प्लांट वेजिटेशन यहाँ पे रहता है. ओके, देन phytoplankton and zooplanktons are also present at the littoral zone of pond. In limnatic zone, this middle zone, phytoplankton, zooplanktons and nectons are present. Okay, these are smaller or minute animals, which are phytoplankton and zooplanktons are the minute animals which are present in the limnatic zone. And the nectons are the free swimming animals. Okay, free swimming larvae, fishes, these are included in the nectons. These are present in the limnatic zone. And in case of lakes, deepest lakes or deeper lakes, in profundal zone, certain chironomid larvae, some clams and annelids are present in case of lake ecosystem. Now, littoral zone. In this littoral zone of pond, this is a shallow water region of pond where the solar radiations are fully enter this surface region of pond. This is called as littoral zone. In this littoral zone, where the solar radiations are fully entered. In this littoral zone, most of the green plants are present, which includes rooted benthic hydrophytes like submerged, emergent aquatic plants, floating hydrophytes, phytoplanktons, algae. The littoral zone of pond is the zone of producers. This littoral zone of pond is called as the zone of producers because the green plants are called as the producers in the study of ecosystem. Okay, because the plants absorbs solar energy and prepare their own food. They are called as producers. Okay, now all these types of vegetation present in the littoral zone. Submerged hydrophytes. Submerged hydrophytes means the aquatic plants which are present inside the water, submerged inside the water. These are Eloda, Isolitis, Anacharis, Potamogeton, Rupia, Hydrilla, Valesneria, Entilla, Cara, etc. These are the submerged hydrophytes present in the pond. Then floating plants. Some plants are present floating on the surface of plants. These are called as floating plants, which are Azolla, Salvinia, Volpia, Lemna, Ecornia, Spirodilla, etc. Then phytoplanktons. These are the minute animals or minute plants or microscopic plants. These are also present at the littoral zone, which includes diatoms, Pyrogyra, Gygnema, Urogonium, Yardophoida, Oscillatoria, Pendolina, Alabina, Volvox, etc. Okay, this includes the algal vegetation. Now, some consumer animals are also found in the littoral zone of pond. At this littoral zone of or this upper zone of pond, some consumer animals also found, which includes snails, damselfly, nymphs, hydra, rotifers, flatworms, insect larvae, zooplanktons. Okay, that zooplanktons drift on the surface of ponds. वो तैरते हैं surface पे pond के. Then Diptomas, Igluna, Coleus, Cyclops, lichen, Brachionas, Asplankna. Such type of consumer animals are present at the littoral zone of the pond. Now, some nectons or free swimming organisms are also present in the littoral zone of pond, which are adult Hemiptera, Dipterans larvae, some insect larvae, okay, which are present suspended in the littoral zone. Some amphibians like frog, turtles, water snakes are also found in the littoral zone of the pond. Okay, in this littoral zone, some nectons. Nectons mean these free swimming animals. Frog, turtles, okay, then fishes, certain insects, insect larvae. These are present at the littoral zone of the pond. These are the consumer animals. This is the profile of pond margin, which showing the distribution of macrophytes. Okay, plants, these producer plants are of two types, microphytes and macrophytes. Microphyte means the microscopic plants, algae, okay, algae diatoms, etc. And macrophyte means the rooted plants. These are the macrophyte rooted plants which are present in the pond. These are the shore plant. These plants are present at the shore area or coastal area of the plant. Okay, see pond के coast पे. Okay, near the pond water, these plants are present, which are called as the shore plants. Then some emergent plants are present. Zone of emergent vegetation means emergent plants means these plants are present in water and arise over the water. Okay, पानी में रहते हैं, पानी में उनके रूट्स पानी में रहते हैं और उनकी जो ब्रांचेस एंड all the parts of plants present above the surface of water. These are called as emergent vegetation. Then some rooted plants with floating leaves. These plants like lotus plants. These plants are rooted in the inside the water, but their leaves floated over the surface of pond. Okay, like this. These are also the emergent vegetation. Emergent means आधा पानी में आधा ऊपर. Then zone of submerged vegetation. These plants like khara, okay, and other plants, these are totally submerged or totally present inside the water. Such plants are called as submerged plants or submergent plants. Okay, and last category of plant is the floating vegetation or floating plants. These are the floating plants which floats over the surface of pond. Now, limnatic zone. This is limnatic zone. In pond water, the limnatic zone ranges from the shallow region of pond up to the depth at which the sunlight is effectively penetrate. In pond water, the limnatic zone ranges from the surface region, not shallow, surface region of the pond up to the depth at which the sunlight is effectively penetrate. this area from the surface of pond up to the area where the sunlight is effectively penetrated. This zone is called as limnatic zone. Okay. Now this limnatic zone includes the phytoplanktons, some consumers and nectons. This limnatic zone, at this limnatic zone, such phytoplanktons are present, like diatoms, euglena, then green flagellates like dinoflagellates, euglena, volvox. Okay, all these phytoplanktons are found spread in the limnatic zone. Limnatic zone में ये type के phytoplankton रहते हैं. Then some consumers animals are present in the limnatic zone. These are some species of zooplanktons which are found in larger numbers. Zooplanktons are present in large number at this limnatic zone. The zooplanktons are copepods, cladocerans, rotifers, like Diptomus, Cyclops, okay, Dipnosoma, Sida, and Bosmina, etc. Okay, the nectons are also present in the limnatic zone. Okay, these nectons includes fishes, frogs, turtles, etc. etc. This is about the limnatic zone. Then the last zone is called as the profundal zone. Profundal zone is present in the deep lakes. These are not present in the pond. But when we study the stratification, stratification of pond, we have to know the profundal zone. The profundal zone extends in the depth beyond the region of effective light penetration and the bottom area. Profundal zone extends in the depth. This profundal region extends in the depth from where the effective light penetration to the bottom of pond. Okay, जहाँ पे लाइट पेनिट्रेट होना बंद हो जाता है वहां से तो बॉटम तक. दिस एरिया इज कॉल्ड एज द profundal zone. Okay, in pond the profundal zones are not present. It is seen in the deep lake. At the much depth of lake, the light cannot be penetrated effectively. This is the zone of less light or low oxygen content. This is also called as a dark zone. At this profundal zone, the oxygen content is very low. Hence, the very less fauna is found at the profundal zone. वहाँ पे ऑक्सीजन ही कम है वाटर में सबसे नीचे, तो एनिमल वहाँ पे कम रहेंगे. Hence, the fauna of this region includes chironomid larvae, annelids, and small clams of Cepharidae family and phantom larvae. Okay, these are the animal which can survive at the low oxygen content. Okay, कम ऑक्सीजन में सर्वाइव होने वाले एनिमल वो प्रोफंडल जोन में रहते हैं. Okay, this area of lake is rich with the settled nutrient. The nutrients at the profundal zone circulates in the lake with the vertical water currents. This profundal zone or this bottom area is rich with the nutrients. क्योंकि जो भी nutrients है pond में, okay, all the nutrients present in water settle down at the bottom. Hence, this bottom area is rich in the nutrients, and these nutrients are vertically circulated in the pond water. Okay, वो pond water में mix होते रहते हैं nutrients. Okay, now we have seen the structure of ecosystem. According to structure of ecosystem, then abiotic components of pond. Pond is made up of two main components. A pond ecosystem is made up of two main components: abiotic components and biotic components. First of all, we have seen the idea about the pond. What is pond? Okay, व्हाट इज पॉन्ड? पॉन्ड पॉन्ड क्या है? पॉन्ड के जो स्ट्रेटिफिकेशन है उसमें लेयर है, जोन्स कौन कौन से है, वहाँ पे प्लांट्स कौन कौन से रहते हैं, वहाँ पे अलग अलग जोन में एनिमल्स कौन से मिलते हैं, ये देखा हमने. नाउ द एक्चुअल स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ इकोसिस्टम, अबायोटिक कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ द पॉन्ड. The non-living components present in the pond are water, inorganic and organic substances, and the energy. Pond में abiotic components कौन से रहेंगे? Water mainly, then inorganic substances and organic substances. Inorganic substances means various minerals dissolved in water. Okay, calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, etc., etc., like that. Then organic substances means प्लांट लीव्स, प्लांट लीव्स है, एनिमल बॉडीज है, बराबर है, जो डिकेइंग एनिमल बॉडीज, उनमें से जो ऑर्गेनिक सब्सटेंसेस निकलती हैं, तो दिस ऑर्गेनिक सब्सटेंसेस आर प्रेजेंट इन द पॉन्ड. एंड एनर्जी, ओके, दिस solar radiations or solar radiations penetrates inside the water, means the solar energy or energy is also present in the pond. Now inorganic substances. The inorganic substances present in pond are the water dissolved gases in pond water, like CO2, carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen. Then minerals like calcium, sulfur, magnesium. Okay, some type of salts, phosphate, chlorides, nitrate, calcium, sodium, potassium, etc., etc. All these types of salts or these inorganic substances are present dissolved in the water. These are called as organic substances, in inorganic substances. Okay, these gases, salts and minerals. Then organic substances. These organic substances in the pond water are amino acids, humic acids, decaying body parts of plants and animals. The dead and decaying plant and animal contains the organic substances like carbohydrate, proteins, lipids, etc. The organic and inorganic materials in the ponds are either present in dissolved condition in water or present stored in the body tissues of plants and animals. अभी प्लांट में हम कहते हैं पॉन्ड में ऑर्गेनिक सब्सटेंसेस है. ओके, these organic substances are present in the body of animal and plants. pond water में जो plants है, plants है, living animals है, उनके बॉडी में भी क्या है? कार्बोहाइड्रेट, प्रोटीन, फैट्स है. ओके, मीन्स ओवरऑल पॉन्ड में ऑर्गेनिक सब्सटेंसेस प्रेजेंट है. ओके, इन लिविंग कंडीशन. And in non-living condition, when these leaves of that plants, then the parts of these animals, dead and decaying animals, okay, the body of plants and animals are made up of carbohydrate, protein, fats and water. Okay, now these organic materials, carbohydrate, protein and fats from dead parts of plants and animals, which are constantly mixed inside the water of pond. Such organic substances are present in the pond water in free condition and in the body of living plants and animals. Okay. Now the quantity of organic and inorganic material in the pond at given time is called as the substances in standing state. When we study the whole pond ecosystem, at given time, when we study the total organic and inorganic substances, total weight of organic and inorganic material substances is called as the substances in the standing state. जब हम स्टडी कर रहे हैं पॉन्ड की, उस टाइम पे उतने उतने वहां पे उतने वेट के इनऑर्गेनिक एंड ऑर्गेनिक सब्सटेंसेस है. सब्सटेंसेस इन स्टैंडिंग स्टेट. ठीक है. नाउ हियर हम जब ये अबायोटिक कंपोनेंट्स देखते हैं, ओके, यू हैव टू ओपन योर माइंड्स. ओके, हमें माइंड ओपन करके स्टडी करना है. पॉन्ड में ऑर्गेनिक सब्सटेंसेस है, मीन्स वाटर में तो है ही है डिजल हुए, बट वाटर में जो प्लांट बॉडी से लिविंग प्लांट्स एंड लिविंग एनिमल्स, उनके बॉडी में भी जो ऑर्गेनिक सब्सटेंसेस मीन्स कार्बोहाइड्रेट, प्रोटीन, फैट्स, फूड, फूड जो है ऑर्गेनिक फूड, दिस इज also organic substance. These are also present in the pond, means this is also included in the pond ecosystem. Means collectively we can say these organic substances are present in the pond in the form of free state and in the form of living bodies of living animal and plants. Okay. Now the energy is also present in the form of solar light, temperature, and in the form of bonds present in the organic materials. Solar light pond में penetrate होगा, solar light penetrated inside the water, then this solar light hits the water, water को hit करेगा, वहाँ पे वो water गर्म होगा, means temperature is also a form of energy. Okay, solar light हो गया, वहाँ पे temperature तैयार हो गया, temperature is also a sort of energy. Then some organic matter is present inside the pond. तो ऑर्गेनिक मैटर में, ऑर्गेनिक मैटर मीन्स कार्बोहाइड्रेट, प्रोटीन्स एंड फैट्स, उसमें क्या रहते हैं, बॉन्ड्स रहते हैं. वो बॉन्ड्स अगर ब्रेक हो जाए तो उसमें से एनर्जी रिलीज होती है, मीन्स दिस एनर्जी प्रेजेंट इन दी फॉर्म ऑफ केमिकल बॉन्ड्स. एनिमल एंड प्लांट के बॉडी में जो एटीपी तैयार होते हैं, एडेनोसिन ट्राइफॉस्फेट एनर्जी मॉलिक्यूल्स, उसके बॉन्ड में एनर्जी रहती है, क्योंकि वहाँ पे लिविंग एनिमल्स है, लिविंग प्लांट्स है, बराबर है, उनके बॉडी में एनर्जी है, मीन्स एटीपी है, और वो एटीपी के बॉन्ड में एनर्जी स्टोर की हुई. ओके. जब हम कहते हैं हमें एनर्जी चाहिए, एनर्जी चाहिए मीन्स हमारे बॉडी लोकोमोशन के लिए एनर्जी चाहिए. एनर्जी मीन्स दी एटीपी मॉलिक्यूल, एडिनोसिन ट्राइफॉस्फेट मॉलिक्यूल्स. जब हमें एनर्जी की रिक्वायरमेंट होती है तो हमारे बॉडी में क्या होता है, दैट एटीपी मॉलिक्यूल ब्रेक्स and convert into ATP. When this ATP breaks, so this energy bond breaks and evolve the energy, and our body use this energy for locomotion and other body purposes. Okay. Then geochemical cycle of nutrient cycling takes place in the pond. When we are studying the pond ecosystem, we have to study all these facts, mm, all the facts present or linked with the pond. मीन्स पॉन्ड में क्या क्या होता है, पॉन्ड में क्या क्या है, पॉन्ड में क्या क्या होता है. ओके. देन पॉन्ड में क्या होता है, बायोजियोकेमिकल साइकिल ऑफ न्यूट्रिएंट साइक्लिंग आल्सो टेक्स प्लेस इन द pond. The minerals from soil are transferred to the plants, then animals, then lastly into the soil in the form of dead bodies of plant and animals. Again nutrient recycle in the plant body. हमने देखा है स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ इकोसिस्टम. ओके. Flow of energy. Plants absorb the water and nutrients from the soil and water in the pond. पॉन्ड में सोइल एंड वाटर से प्लांट्स क्या करते हैं, एक्वेटिक प्लांट्स, वो न्यूट्रिएंट लेते हैं और वाटर लेते हैं. देन इन प्रेजेंस ऑफ सोलर लाइट एंड कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इट कैरी देयर photosynthesis and they produce organic food in their bodies. The process is called as photosynthesis. Okay. In this photosynthesis, they prepare the organic food, carbohydrate, protein, and plants. The primary consumer animals, herbivorous animals, eat these aquatic plants. Okay, means the nutrients present inside the plant bodies, which are enters in the body of primary consumer or herbivorous animals. Then carnivorous animals eat the flesh of primary consumer animals. Means प्राइमरी कंज्यूमर के प्राइमरी कंज्यूमर एनिमल के बॉडी में जो न्यूट्रिएंट्स है वो सेकेंडरी कंज्यूमर के बॉडी में जाएंगे. ओके. Then tertiary consumers eats the body of primary and secondary consumer animals. Means ये दोनों के body में जो nutrients है, that nutrients enters in the body of tertiary consumers. Okay. With the period of time, the animal becomes die. Okay. वो animal die होंगे और prey होंगे, उनकी body part वगैरह pond में pond के bottom में जाके गिरेंगे. Then plant leaves वो water में गिरेंगे और वो bottom bottom में जाके settle होंगे. Okay. Means these nutrients present in the body of plants and animals settles at the bottom of pond. Pond के bottom में वो जाके बढ़ जाएंगे. Then decomposer organisms, fungus and certain bacteria, they carry the decomposition of that dead materials and separate all the minerals and nutrients from the dead and decaying materials. And then after the new growing aquatic plants get that nutrient for their growth. Means these nutrients are recycling in the pond, and such cycle of nutrient is called as biogeochemical cycle of nutrient. पहले प्लांट्स ने न्यूट्रिएंट पॉन्ड वाटर में से एंड सॉइल में से लिए, देन वो प्राइमरी कंज्यूमर के बॉडी में गए, देन सेकेंडरी कंज्यूमर के बॉडी में गए, देन टर्शियरी कंज्यूमर के बॉडी में गए. बराबर है. देन आफ्टर डेथ ऑफ एनिमल एंड दैट प्लांट वो कहाँ पे पॉन्ड के बॉटम में गए. डीकम्पोजिशन ने क्या किया, उनके बॉन्ड्स ब्रेक करके उनको पूरे मिनरल एंड न्यूट्रिएंट सेपरेट कर दिए और न्यू ग्रोइंग प्लांट और वही न्यूट्रिएंट खुद की ग्रोथ के लिए लेते हैं. Such type of cycle, this cycle is called as biogeochemical cycle of the nutrients. This cycle takes place inside the pond water. Other physical factors in the ponds are ionic contents. Pond में ions होंगे. Okay, ionic content, and this ionic content offer the conductivity to the conductivity and pH to the pond. Pond water में जो pH होती है या conductivity होती है, so that's offer due to the presence of ions. Okay. Then atmospheric gases continuously dissolve in the pond water. बराबर है, वो gases भी dissolve होंगे. Then particulate matter of many types means dust particles, okay, pollen grains, etc., etc., that particulate matter mix in the pond water and it offer the turbidity to the water. Water turbid क्यों होता है, dust particle or pollen particles or any other particles when mixed in the water, the water lost its transparency and increase the turbidity of water. Okay. The organic matter is also found in the water of pond. All this type of abiotic components can be measured by the appropriate methods. ये भी हमें pond ecosystem में ये भी हमें लिखना है. All these abiotic components in the pond can be measured by the appropriate methods. For example, aquatic plants. अभी pond is the small water body, वो कुछ ज़्यादा बड़ी नहीं होगी, तो उसमें से हम क्या कर सकते हैं, पूरे प्लांट्स निकाल के उनको मेजर कर सकते हैं. कितने हैं, 10,000 है, 50,000 है, 60,000 है, ओके, 70 लाख है, 80 लाख है, तो हम उनको अप्रोप्रिएट मेथड से गिन सकते हैं निकाल के. एनिमल्स जो है, एनिमल्स को हम निकाल के गिन सकते हैं. बराबर है. जू प्लैंक्टन से, जू प्लैंक्टन को हमने वाटर में से पानी लेके वो सर्टन मेथड्स है, तो उन मेथड से हम वो जू प्लैंक्टन, फाइटोप्लैंक्टन उसमें कितने हैं वो मेजर कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. उसमें एक सेज्विक राफ्टर सेल की मेथड है, एसआर सेल मेथड, वो मेथड से हम फाइटोप्लैंक्टन एंड जू प्लैंक्टन पॉन्ड में कितने हैं ये मेजर कर सकते हैं. देन वाटर कितना है वो भी हम मेजर कर सकते हैं. पीएच कैन बी मेजर्ड बाय इलेक्ट्रॉनिक पीएच मीटर. Dissolved oxygen can be measured by Winkler's titration method. CO2 also can be measured by certain titration methods. Conductivity, turbidity also measured by conductometer and turbidometer or turbidity meter. Transparency can be measured by Sehe-Disk method. Intensity of solar light can be measured by lux photometer, and organic matter can be measured by the calorimeter. क्वांट्स में जितने भी अबायोटिक कंपोनेंट है वो पूरे अबायोटिक कंपोनेंट हम मेजर कर सकते हैं। ओके, हम जब इकोसिस्टम स्टडी करते हैं, वो इकोसिस्टम जब स्टडी करते हैं, इकोसिस्टम मींस द सिस्टम ऑफ इंटरेक्शन ऑफ अबायोटिक कंपोनेंट एंड बायोटिक कंपोनेंट्स। ओके, हमको अबायोटिक कंपोनेंट्स क्या है, कौन कौन से है, वो कैसे मेजर कर सकते हैं, उनकी कंडीशन क्या है, ये पूरा लिखना है। देन बायोटिक कंपोनेंट में कौन कौन से टाइप के एनिमल है, ओके, कौन कौन से टाइप के, उनकी कैटेगरी कौन सी है, उनका फीडिंग मैकेनिज्म क्या है, ये पूरा हमें इसमें लिखना है। देन बायोटिक कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ द pond, pond में बायोटिक कंपोनेंट्स कौन से है? The biotic components of pond is mainly categorized into three groups: producers, consumers and decomposers. हमने जो स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ इकोसिस्टम देखा है ना, उसके हिसाब से हम इसके बायोटिक कंपोनेंट्स स्टडी कर रहे हैं। फर्स्ट प्रोड्यूसर, सेकंड कंज्यूमर एंड डिकम्पोजर। प्रोड्यूसर्स, प्रोड्यूसर्स आर द autotrophs that includes green plants and photosynthetic bacteria. Okay, certain बैक्टीरिया जो होते हैं, वो बैक्टीरिया उनमें क्लोरोफिल रहता है, तो वो भी ऑर्गेनिक फूड प्रोड्यूस कर सकते हैं। ओके, certain green plants and photosynthetic bacteria which are the producers which are present in the pond. The producers, अब ये प्रोड्यूसर्स का फंक्शंस कौन सा है, हमने देखा है प्रोड्यूसर्स plants tap the solar energy coming from sun with the help of chlorophyll pigment. Then plants also takes the CO2 from water and air and carry their photosynthesis. And in the process of photosynthesis, plant produce the organic food, which is carbohydrate, protein, and lipids. Okay, this process is called as photosynthesis. Now, the organic food is used for the preparation of or synthes, synthesis of the energy. Hence, this carbohydrate, protein, and lipids may be called as precursor of energy. Okay, हम फॉर एग्जाम्पल इन ह्यूमन बॉडी हम जो हमें जो एनर्जी मिलती है, एनर्जी कहाँ से मिलती है? फूड से। ओके, हम जो फूड लेते हैं दैट इज ऑर्गेनिक फूड, बराबर है, कार्बोहाइड्रेट, प्रोटीन, फैट्स। व्हेन दिस फूड एंटर्स इनसाइड द body of animal, this food get digested, okay, and complex form of food then converts into the simple form, and this simple form of food means amino acids, fatty acid and glycerols, glucose, fructose, बराबर है। तो ये जो food है, तो that food is absorbed by the body cells and used in their energy synthesizing processes, glycolysis, Krebs cycle, ETS, etc etc। और उसमें वो प्रोसेसेस में क्या होता है? एटीपी प्रोड्यूस होता है, बराबर, मीन्स ये फूड से एटीपी प्रोड्यूस होता है। हेंस वी मे कॉल दिस ऑर्गेनिक फूड, कार्बोहाइड्रेट, प्रोटीन एंड लिपिड्स इज ए प्रीकर्सर ऑफ एनर्जी। Now the producers, there are two types of producers are present in the pond ecosystem: macrophytes and phytoplankton। हमने देखा है macrophytes, these are mainly the large size floating submerged or emergent rooted hydrophytes, means plants, aquatic plants. Hydrophyte means aquatic plants. These floating hydrophytes are Azolla, Salimina, Volpia, Lemna, etc etc। emergent aquatic plants कौन से है? Typha, then Scarpa, Sagittaria, Ecornis, etc। submerged plants कौन से है? Elodia, Isoetes, एनाचेरिस, पोटामोगेटान, हाइड्रेला वेलिसनेरिया, निटेला खड़ा, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा। ये पूरे जो नाम है प्लांट्स के, ये हमें एग्जाम में लिखना है। देन फाइटोप्लैंक्टन। फाइटोप्लैंक्टन क्या है? दीज आर दी माइन्यूट फ्लोटिंग और सस्पेंडेड लोअर प्लांट्स और माइक्रोस्कोपिक प्लांट्स which are present in the ponds. These phytoplanktons are Pyrogera, Gygnema, Orogonium, Cladogora. These are the algae. Then Chara, Petronia, Oscillatoria, Microcystis, Elamina, Volvox, blue-green algae. Then green flagellates, dinoflagellates, Euglenidae, Volvocidae family. So these phytoplanktons are minute plants are present in the pond. Then consumers in the ponds are the heterotrophs. अभी ये जो producers है, these producers are autotrophic in nature, means they prepare their own food in the process of photosynthesis. Then the consumers, these consumers include the animals, which are the heterotrophic in nature, means these animals depends upon the plants for their nutrition or for their food. Hence, we say the consumers in ponds are the heterotrophs or animals. These are the aquatic animals present inside the water or swimming on the surface of ponds. वो वाटर में एक तो बॉटम में रहेंगे, बॉटम पे रहेंगे, फ्री स्विमिंग रहेगी और सरफेस पे रहेगी। ओके, नाउ प्राइमरी, these are grouped into three categories: primary consumer, secondary consumer, and tertiary consumer. Primary consumer in pond, these are large or small minute herbivorous animals which are totally depend on the aquatic plant for their food. Primary consumers feeds on the leaves, branches, shoots, fruits of the green plants present in the pond. These primary consumers are the purely herbivorous animals present in the ponds, means small fishes, some herbivorous insects, okay, some zooplanktons, okay, then nectons, then benthos like snails वगैरह जो रहते हैं, जो बॉटम ड्वेलिंग एनिमल्स रहते हैं, उनको हम क्या कहते हैं? बेंथॉल्स। वो पॉन्ड के बॉटम में रहते हैं, पॉन्ड में जो सॉइल रहती है, सॉइल में रहते हैं। दीज आर कॉल्ड एज benthos. And these animals comes in the water area for taking their food. Okay, these zooplankton, necton, and benthos, which are the herbivorous in nature and acts as a primary consumers. अभी primary consumers कौन कौन थे? Zooplankton. These are minute microscopic animals present in the pond. The zooplankton found drifts on the surface of pond water currents. ये zooplankton जो रहते हैं, this drift at the or swim at the surface of pond. These are herbivorous in nature. It includes protozoans like Dileptus, then Polyps, Euglena, etc. Then crustaceans like Cyclops, Stenocyprus, Rotifers, Lacini, Brachionus, Asplankna, etc. Then nectons. Nectons are small-sized, free-swimming aquatic animals. Free-swimming like that are the fishes and some insects larvae or insects. उनको क्या कहते हैं? उनको they are having the definite locomotory organs. उनको fins रहते हैं और legs रहते हैं. With the help of that fin and legs, these animals swim freely inside the pond water. It includes herbivorous insects, insect larvae, and some fishes which feeds on the phytoplankton. Then benthos. These are the bottom-dwelling aquatic animals found free swimming or crawling or attached at the bottom of pond. It includes small fishes, beetles, mite, annelids, and some mollusks like pila, another snails, then planornis. These are the benthos. These are the herbivorous animals which are included in the primary consumers. Beside the original primary consumers of pond, some cattle and bird casually visit the pond and feed the emergent plant present in the पॉन्ड इकोसिस्टम। अभी पॉन्ड इकोसिस्टम में जो कोस्टल वेजिटेशन है, पॉन्ड के कोस्ट पे, और सम इमर्जेंट प्लांट भी रहते हैं पॉन्ड में, आधे पानी में आधे ऊपर। तो फॉर feeding such plants, some cattle and birds casually visit the pond, and these animals are also included in the pond ecosystem. कहता पॉन्ड है वहां पे कैटल्स जो है, हमारे कैटल्स विजिट करते हैं, ओके, फॉर द grazing of these plants. Then some birds also pick up the small fruits or small leaves of that aquatic plants. Hence, these cattle and birds are also included in the primary consumers of pond ecosystem. Then, secondary consumers. The secondary consumers are the omnivorous or carnivorous animals, but these are small sized animals or medium sized animals. The animals that feeds upon the flesh of herbivorous animals, primary consumer animals, and that are called as secondary consumers. The secondary consumers are carnivorous or maybe the omnivorous in feeding habit. Okay. In pond, this animal includes large insects, large carnivorous insects जो रहते हैं, then small fishes, omnivorous fishes, then beetles, etc. These are the secondary consumers present in the pond. Some fishes and insects feed on both phytoplankton and the flesh of another animals. These are also the secondary consumers because they are omnivorous in nature. Then flesh food or organic food. This flesh food is also organic food. This food digested in the stomach and intestine, and this digested food absorbed in the body tissues of that secondary consumer animals through their blood circulation. Then the body cells of animal assimilate some of the digested food, and the rest of food is kept stored in their body tissues. ये जब प्राइमरी कंज्यूमर्स जब प्लांट टिश्यूज, ये प्लांट लीव्स कंज्यूम करते हैं, ईट करते हैं, तो क्या करते हैं, फोटोसिंथेसिस में जो ऑर्गेनिक फूड तैयार होता है, और वो जो फूड है वो कुछ सम अमाउंट ऑफ फूड दे यूज फॉर देयर बॉडी एक्टिविटीज, बराबर है, एंड द एक्सेस ऑफ फूड दे स्टोर इन देयर बॉडी टिश्यूज। सेकेंडरी कंज्यूमर में भी वैसे ही है। सेकेंडरी कंज्यूमर प्रेज ऑन द बॉडीज ऑफ प्राइमरी कंज्यूमर एनिमल्स। प्राइमरी कंज्यूमर एनिमल पे प्रे करते हैं, उनका फ्लेश ईट करते हैं, और वो फ्लेश ईट करके क्या करते हैं, डाइजेस्ट करते हैं। डाइजेस्ट होने के बाद जो डाइजेस्टेड मटेरियल है, तो वो डाइजेस्टेड फूड अपने खुद के बॉडी प्रोसेसेस के लिए यूज करते हैं, और एंड एक्सेस ऑफ फूड बिकम स्टोर्ड इन देयर बॉडी टिश्यूज। देन टर्शियरी कंज्यूमर्स। Tertiary consumers in pond are the large-sized aquatic animals. These are purely carnivorous in nature and also called as top carnivores. Okay, it includes the large-sized fishes or some snakes, snakes and fishes. These are the tertiary consumers. Now, the next group of organisms are the decomposers. The decomposer in pond ecosystem are fungi, bacteria, some flagellates. Okay, these are also called as micro-consumers. These are the micro-consumers. हमने जो प्राइमरी कंज्यूमर, सेकेंडरी कंज्यूमर, टर्शियरी कंज्यूमर देखे, ये क्या है, मैक्रो कंज्यूमर्स है, इनका बॉडी साइज बड़ा है। देन these decomposers are the micro consumers. These are microscopic animals. These dead remains of plant and animals, or remaining flesh of animals after eating the secondary and tertiary consumers. That plant leaves and that remaining flesh after prey of secondary and tertiary consumers This dead and decaying body parts settles down at the bottom of pond. Now at the bottom of pond in the soil, some decomposers, bacteria, then fungus, some flagellates, these decomposer organisms are present in the soil of pond at the bottom. Then these decomposers shed their lytic enzymes on the decaying organic material and they take little food from this dead and decaying material and they separate all the nutrients from this dead and decaying material. Okay, these nutrient elements and minerals mixes with the water and soil of the pond and these minerals and nutrients these are again ready for the use of new growing aquatic plants. डेड एंड डिकेइंग मटेरियल जो है प्लांट एंड एनिमल का बॉटम में सेटल होता है वहाँ पे डिकम्पोजिशन होता है. डिकम्पोजिशन में क्या होता है दैट ऑल न्यूट्रिएंट्स एंड मिनरल्स गेट सेपरेटेड and that minerals and nutrients separated from that dead and decaying material that are mixed with the water and soil of the pond. पॉन्ड के सॉइल एंड वाटर में मिक्स होने के बाद में जो न्यू ग्रोइंग प्लांट है दैट न्यू ग्रोइंग एक्वेटिक प्लांट्स use that mineral and elements for their growth. In pond ecosystem, the energy is present in the form of organic food, which is present stored in the body tissues of plants and animals. Okay, ये हमने देखा है पहले. Then flow of energy or flow of food energy takes place in the pond, like producers, primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer, and decomposer. Okay, like that. This energy from sun flows to the plants. बराबर है. These plants trap the solar energy and prepare their organic food. Then the primary consumer animals. These primary consumer animals consume the plant leaves. Okay, shoots, fruits, and leaves of plants. Hence, this food energy or energy enters in the body of primary consumer animals. Then secondary consumer animals. This secondary consumer animals eats the flesh of primary consumer animals. Means this food enters in the body of secondary consumers. Then this tertiary consumers eats the bodies of secondary and primary consumer animals. Means the energy or food from that primary and secondary consumer level enters in the body of tertiary consumers. Okay. Then during the course of time, the body parts of plants and animals becomes or these plants and animals become die and settle down at the bottom of plant. Then these decomposers break the bonds of the food molecules. Means decomposition takes place and they separate the minerals. Okay, यहाँ पे फूड का जो है this food transferred from plants to the decomposers. Then this energy is transferred from the solar energy to the decomposers. Okay. Now, movement of conversion of energy in pond ecosystem. भी energy की movement देखी हमने. The conversion of energy. See here. Here is the solar energy, solar radiations. Plants take the solar radiations and prepare their own food. Means we can say the solar energy is converted into the chemical energy. बराबर है. उसका फूड तैयार किया प्लांट ने. Means solar energy is converted into chemical energy. बराबर है. Now this plant use some of the food for their energy synthesis, ATP molecule. बराबर है. प्लांट को वाटर में स्टैंड रहना है. बराबर है. उनकी ग्रोथ करना है उसके लिए एटीपी लगेंगे एंड वो एटीपी यूज होंगे. बराबर है. and in the process of photosynthesis it requires energy, ATP molecules, बराबर है. वो some energy prepared by plants used for their respiratory processes, means the photos processes, biochemical reactions takes place in the photosynthesis. जब ये reactions, ये जो reactions है biochemical reactions, जो ATP के bond break होते हैं, okay, certain exothermic reactions takes place in the photosynthesis. एक्सोथर्मिक रिएक्शंस में क्या होता है, हीट तैयार होती है. मींस ये जो एटीपी में जो हीट थी, वो हीट जो है और जो एनर्जी थी, वो एनर्जी हीट में कन्वर्ट हो गई. ओके, एंड इट इज एस्केप्ड इन दी स्पेस, बराबर है. वो पानी में चली जाएंगी और पानी के बाद में स्पेस में चली जाएगी. देन जब ये प्राइमरी कंज्यूमर्स प्लांट्स ईट करेंगे, ये प्लांट फूड जो है ऑर्गेनिक फूड का डाइजेशन करेंगे. देन उनके बॉडी में बहुत सारी बायोकेमिकल रिएक्शंस होंगी, ग्लाइकोलिसिस, क्रेब्स साइकिल, और वो एटीपी तैयार करेंगे. और उनके जो बॉडी एक्टिविटीज है, लोकोमोशन है, बराबर है, वो लोकोमोशन में क्या होगा, एटीपी यूज होंगे और वो प्रोसेसेस पूरे बायोकेमिकल प्रोसेस चालू रहेंगे कंटिन्यूअस. तो वो प्रोसेस में जो हीट तैयार होंगी, दैट फूड एनर्जी इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू हीट एनर्जी, बराबर है. और वो हीट एस्केप हो जाएगी बाहर, बॉडी के बाहर. सेकेंडरी और टर्शरी कंज्यूमर एनिमल में भी वैसा ही होगा, बराबर है. फूड लेंगे, देन वो फूड की एटीपी तैयार करेंगे. देन उनके बॉडी का जो लोकोमोशन है, लोकोमोशन में वो एटीपी के बॉन्ड ब्रेक होते जाएंगे, बराबर है. और इनकी जो बायोकेमिकल रिएक्शंस है बॉडी में जो क्रेब्स साइकिल, ग्लाइकोलिसिस वगैरह जो है कि नहीं, एनर्जी सिंथेसाइजिंग प्रोसेस है, तो वो केमिकल रिएक्शंस में जो हीट तैयार होंगी, तो दिस फूड एनर्जी इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू द हीट, वो हीट एस्केप होगी. डीकंपोजर में भी वैसा ही होता है, बराबर है. नाउ दिस सोलर एनर्जी इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू केमिकल एनर्जी, एंड at each level of that producer and consumer, this energy is converted into heat energy. Okay, like that. This is also the another diagram. Solar energy, then organic food in plantations, energy यहाँ पे flow हुई. Then this energy flows in the animals, primary, secondary, tertiary consumers. Then it is transferred into the decomposers, बराबर है. After the death of that animal and plants, okay, this energy is transferred to the decomposers, बराबर है. Then ये जो plant है, then animals है, consumer, primary, secondary, tertiary and decomposers है, ये some of the energy use करेंगे for the purpose of their body activities, बराबर है ना. उसमें क्या होगा, फूड लेंगे, वो फूड से एटीपी तैयार होगा उनकी बॉडी सेल्स में, ग्लाइकोलिसिस क्रेब्स साइकिल में. देन दिस एटीपी ब्रेक्स इनटू एडीपी प्लस फॉस्फेट. और जो एटीपी का एक जो बॉन्ड रहता है, एनर्जी बॉन्ड ब्रेक होने के बाद में वो एटीपी तैयार होगा, एडीपी तैयार होगा. और वो बॉन्ड में से जो एनर्जी निकलेंगी वो उनके बॉडी प्रोसेसेस के लिए यूज करेंगे. और ये जो बायोकेमिकल रिएक्शंस है एटीपी सिंथेसिस की, एंड आफ्टर ब्रेकिंग ऑफ एटीपी इनटू एडीपी, ये जब केमिकल रिएक्शंस में ये जो एनर्जी है, हीट एनर्जी वहां पे इवॉल्व होगी. मींस दिस सोलर एनर्जी इज लास्टली कन्वर्टेड इनटू हीट एनर्जी. ओके, दिस इज अबाउट द पॉन्ड इकोसिस्टम. ठीक है, इसमें फुल क्वेश्चन रहता है, बराबर है.